I am back from my beautiful trip to Florida for my birthday, and I took maybe like a day or two as well between me getting back and me starting to record again just to decompress and refresh. But we're back on the grind. Today we're going to be reacting to Oliver Anthony's most recent song, as you guys did show a lot of support for the most recent Oliver Anthony upload. And today we're going to be checking out I Want to Go Home. He only dropped this about a day ago, so let's jump into it. Before we do so, please be sure to leave a like on the video. Comment down below if you have anything that you'd like to say to me or any suggestions that you'd like to make. And of course, hit that subscribe button to help me be the #1 subscribed, the prime pusher on YouTube. That's right, we got the strawberry watermelon flavor now too. #1 subscribed prime pusher on YouTube, and help me on my goal of 5K subscribers by the end of summer 2023. Let's get right into the reaction. So my first reaction of this guy, he showed a lot of truth on a lot of controversial topics. So I'm hoping that, you know, it's along the same lines of that, because I really enjoyed that.
They'd have me strung up.
Jeez, I mean, this guy is making a name for himself. #2 on trending already, and he's got almost 2 million views in under 1 day, and he only has less than 500,000 subscribers. That's inspirational.
'Cause every day living in this new world is one too many days to me. Son, we're on the brink of the next world war, and I don't think nobody's praying no more, and I ain't saying I know it for sure. I'm just down on my knees begging the Lord to take me home.
Jesus Christ.
I wanna go home. I don't know which road to go. It's been so long. I just know I didn't used to wake up feeling this way.
Now, so one thing that he highlighted is that we're on the brink of another world war, and you know, he just has this feeling of wanting things to return to normal. I think that's been like sort of a feeling that's been spread recently amongst many people, is that people feel like we're just on the brink. Like, there's so many indicators from past times and from previous world wars that, you know, there's a financial uptick, meaning that everything is costing more nowadays. Countries just don't seem to even be wanting to reach any type of agreement anymore. Everybody seems like they're ready for the first shot to be fired so we can just get this thing done and over with. And I really do think that this next world war can be so catastrophic for humanity in general that it should be avoided at all costs. And now, of course, I don't want any world wars to exist, but at least with the previous ones, you know, the First World War, we got freaking muskets and the introduction of like machine guns and whatnot. But then with the Second World War, we saw the amount of devastation that humans can do to each other when we put our minds to it. Not only with the type of machinery, we saw planes get introduced to the battlefield. We saw submarines get used by the Germans for the first time in war. We saw the introduction of like this heavy artillery, just shelling, hundreds of people dead within minutes. And of course, to end it all, we saw the little boy and the big boy by the US go off and absolutely destroy 2 entire towns of populations of Japan. And this next one is, we're talking about states gone, and or like, you know, land the size of states completely eradicated. And it should be avoided at all costs. I don't believe that this is something that we should be heading towards, and yet still the powers that may be seem to be pushing it heavily. They seem to want us to fight, and it's not going to be a pretty one. I agree with Oliver here.
Cussing myself every damn day. There's always some kind of bill to pay. People just doing what the rich man say.
Thanks.
I wanna go home.
I always love his dogs just like chilling in the background. Like, this guy has a dream house, or at least a dream location near his house.
Now 4 generations farming the ground. Grandson sells it to a man out of town. 2 weeks later, the trees go down. Only got concrete growing around.
Jesus.
I wanna go home.
And there, I think he's highlighting that he's from a generation of people that were able to live off of the land and kind of were able to do things for themselves. But nowadays, it's more like you do what you're told, you do what the system says you can do, and you don't stray from it. And I kind of agree with him. I feel like even when I was a kid in the early 2000s, things were a lot more different. Things were you could get away with saying what you wanted to say within certain parameters, and maybe I was just too young at the time to realize that it was the same back then. But I just feel like there was a better sense of camaraderie, if that's what you want to call it, or like a better sense of like togetherness in the US before, like in the early 2000s. That's just gone now.
I wanna go home.
His voice is so amazing.
I don't know which road to go. It's been so long. I just know I didn't used to wake up feeling this way.
Facts.
Cussing myself every damn day. People have really gone and lost their way. They all just do what the TV say. I wanna go home.
This dude is, I don't want to say revolutionizing, because it's not like he's changing, how country's done. But I feel like he is definitely the next gen of country. Like, I don't know if he's been around for a long time and I'm just out of the loop, but his songs are definitely blowing up a lot more recently, and good on him for it. Like, he deserves it. He's got a great voice. The stuff that he's rapping and not rapping, singing about and preaching about is right on point with the times, and he's able to convey his message so marvelously. It's admirable, to say the utmost least. It's admirable. Jesus Christ, Oliver Anthony.
If it weren't for my old dogs and the good Lord, they'd have me strung up in the psych ward.
That is Oliver. Look at his cute little puppers. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? A quote to live by. When people say money isn't everything, when people say clout isn't everything, fame and power isn't everything, this is what they're meaning. What does it matter if you're able to gain everything that's available here if you're just a puppet to the greater powers? The only person you should be a puppet to isn't a person, it's an entity, and that should be God, whichever one you believed in. And even if you don't believe in God, and you're similar to myself, where you're either not necessarily atheistic, but you don't have a solid standstill belief, if you're agnostic, whatever it may be, you at least have to acknowledge that there are greater powers. It doesn't have to be an entity, it could just be nature, it could just be science, if you will. But acknowledge that there is an element of luck, there is an element of science in the world, there is an element of a greater power that we can't control, and you kind of bow down to it, and you dedicate your life to making things better around yourself, making the world a better place, rather than just trying to seek money, power, fame, notoriety, clout, whatever you want to label it as. But this is a very, very good song. I really don't know what else to say. The guy's voice is beautiful. I'm really wishing him all the best. I'm really hoping that every song that he puts out moving forward gets blown up, as it should, because I feel like his most recent upload, the one that we reacted to first, is the sort of the catalyst of his uprise. Again, he's under 500,000 subscribers, but his most recent one before this post got 14 million views, and now this one's already on almost 2 million views in less than 24 hours. So he's definitely on an uptick, he's definitely on a rise, and I'm definitely down. I said definitely like 17 times just now, but I'm down to ride the train of Oliver Anthony as he gets bigger and bigger. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a like on the video, comment down below if you have anything that you'd like to say to me, and hit the subscribe button to help me be the #1 subscribed prime pusher on YouTube. Get the word out to KSI and Logan Paul. I'm trying to get endorsed, I'm trying to get a sponsorship, man, and to help me hit my goal, 5K subs by the end of summer 2023. Till next time, till the next video, dreamers out.